shot up. That is in. Burns the win. Have room to run. Also, this is champion. Toronto both there. Henry is clock running down. Walnut Grove basketball is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dixon High School for tonight Missouri State High School Activities Association Class 3 District 9 Boys Basketball Contest. Fans are reminded that the purpose of this contest is to promote the educational mission of these two schools. Do your part by representing your community and school in a positive fashion and displaying good sportsmanship towards your officials, players, coaches, and other fans during the game. Respect those sitting around you at all times and enjoy tonight's contest. Now let's meet tonight's participants. Our visiting team tonight will be the Linn High School Wildcats. And your home team will be the Steelville High School Cardinals. Here are the starters. For Linn, number 3, Ashton Keyhole. For Steelville, number 15, Wyatt Harris. For Linn, number 15, Zach Dodson. For Steelville, number 22, Connor Diaz. For Linn, number 23, Seth Bowles. For Steelville, number 24, Landon Mady. For Linn, number 25, Austin Dudenhofer. For Steelville, number 32, Johnny Rice. For Linn, number 30, Noah Hall. Steelville, number 40, Carson Muller. The head coach for Linn is Ray McMahon, and the head coach for Steelville is John Collins.
And we're about to get this one underway here at Dixon High School. On the tip, the Cardinals will control. As Diaz underneath, he'll find Carson Mullen. That shot is up. It's no good. Picked up by Mabe. Mabe underneath on the pass. He'll find Wyatt Harris. Harris on the spin around. Jump shot. Gets 2 points. It's now 2-0 Cardinals on top of the Wildcats. Landon Mabe there. Almost picked up to steal. It's knocked out of bounds off Mabe. And Linn will keep it. They'll have it. They'll have to go the full length of the court. Breaking a Cardinals full court press. This Linn Wildcats team comes in with a record of 12-14 on the season. They have a neutral tourney record of 3-4. They score about 55.4 points a ball game, giving up about 57 points a game. This Cardinals team, 22-3 on the season. They're currently ranked number 5 in Class 3, and Linn will score. They got the ball inside, put it up, and in. It's now 2-2. Cardinals with a neutral tourney record of 9-2 on the season. They score 73.4 points a ball game. That one's picked up by Linn. Linn on the shot. It's blocked by Johnny Bryce. Into the hands of Mabe. Mabe up the floor, finds Mullen. Mullen up off the glass. That one's no good, and Linn will pick up the rebound. Cardinals allowing 50.4 points a ball game, so should have a good ball game here in the semifinal action here at Dixon High School in boys basketball Class 3 District 9 tournament. Shot for 3 up and in for Linn. Linn buries the 3. That's Ashton Keelholz. And Linn with their first lead. It's 5-2. Cardinals now with the basketball. Left side, Landon Mabe. He'll find Johnny Bryce. Bryce will go baseline. On the mid-range, no good. There's Mullen on the follow. Put back. And Mullen scores. It's now 5-4. Cardinals trailing by 1. Linn with the basketball, facing a full court man-to-man. Pressure defense by the Cardinals. 6:09 left here in the first quarter. First of 2 ball games here from Dixon High School. Second featured game will feature the Bourbon Wildcats, or Bourbon Warhawks. They'll take on the home team, Dixon Bulldogs. That 3 off the mark for Linn. Diaz up the floor on the bounce pass. In transition is Landon Mabe, and Mabe will score. Cardinals reclaim the lead. It's now 6-5. That is a heads-up play there by Diaz. He went volleyball line to volleyball line on the bounce pass. to find his teammate for the layup. Right side underneath. Good move there. Linn open underneath. It's Austin Dudenhofer. He'll draw the foul on the Cardinals, and he'll head to the line and shoot 2. That foul credited to Johnny Bryce. That's his first. First team foul either side. First free throw off the mark for Dudenhofer. He'll get a second. And free throws up, and it's in. We're knotted at 6. 5:27 left here in the first quarter. Landon Mabe now with the basketball across the timeline. He'll find Diaz. Diaz drawing 2 defenders into the paint. He'll find Bryce. Bryce underneath has that one stolen away. Linn on the steal up the floor. On the spin around. Shot is up. And it's knocked out of bounds off Wyatt Harris. It'll be Linn's basketball. They're underneath their basket. Cardinals still in that man-to-man. They'll have the ball left side. Couple dribbles now back out to the volleyball line. They'll stay left over into the corner. On the pump fake. Dribble drive. Left hand, no good. Picked up by Carson Mullen up the floor. Connor Diaz, left side. Open Mabe from 3. It's long. And Linn with the rebound. There's one shot there in that trip down the floor. Linn now with the basketball. We're tied at 6. 4:40 left here in the first quarter. Diaz there on the steal up the floor. He'll find Johnny Bryce. Bryce in front of the rim, puts it up and in. Cardinals get the steal and a bucket by Johnny Bryce. It's now 8-6. Linn drawing the double team on the spin midcourt. They'll find an open man underneath, and there is Connor Diaz. Going to get him with the foul. Linn went with the spin move underneath the basket. And Diaz called for the foul. That'll be their second team foul. First on Connor Diaz. Right side, they'll dribble drive into the paint. Shots up a little too strong by Ashton Keholes. Picked up by Wyatt Harris up the floor. Johnny Bryce. Bryce over to the wide open Mabe from 3. That one's short. Wyatt Harris on the foul, and he's fouled. Couple of missed threes by Landon Mabe, and this time Wyatt Harris picks up the rebound and heads to the line shooting 2. Good effort there by Wyatt Harris on the offensive board. First free throw. In and out, no good. And Harris will get a second. Early jitters, both teams. Both teams trying to figure each other out. This is the top seed Cardinals' first game in district play here in Linn. This is their second game. Second free throw's up and in. It's now 9-6. Cardinals have stretched that lead to 3. Linn underneath. On the cut. On the pump fake. Shots up and good. Austin Dudenhofer will score. It's now 9-8 on the bucket by Linn. Left side. Mabe, top the key. Bryce thought about inside. He'll find a wide open Harris. Harris on the alley-oop underneath. Over the hands of Carson Mullen. Stolen away by Linn and Hall. Left side on the baseline move. They'll go cross court, and that one's going to go off of Linn. Landon Mabe may have actually deflected that ball. Knocked it off the line of sight there for Linn, and they knock it out of bounds. Cardinals will get the ball back. Connor Diaz now with the basketball. He'll go right side. That's Johnny Bryce. Back to Diaz. Over to Landon Mabe looking for that alley-oop underneath the basket. There's Johnny Bryce. He'll catch and put it up and in. On the oop, Cardinals get the bucket. Mabe to Bryce. It's now 11-8. Bryce leads the Cardinals with 4 points. And Linn now with the basketball on the bounce pass to the left elbow, looking for the backdoor cut. Nothing there. On the baseline or on the dribble drive, left side. Shots up no good. Picked up by the Cardinals. Diaz wide open. Bryce thought about the three on the pump fake. What a move for Johnny Bryce. Faked out two defenders and put it up on the right-hand floater. Nothing but net. It's now 13-8. Cardinals can score in bunches. They're going to pick up another steal. Up the floor, Diaz on the bounce pass finds Mabe, and Mabe scores. And the Cardinals extend that lead. It's now 7 at 15-8. Cardinals on top of Linn Wildcats.
Dixon High School reminds all fans that we play a role in the education of our student parents.
After the timeout, Cardinals get the steal. That's Connor Diaz picks up the steal. The lead is now 9 at 17-8 after the timeout by Linn. Cardinals in the full court press after the dead ball. On the baseline move, they're going to get Wyatt Harris on the reach. That'll be the 13th foul on the Cardinals, and Harris will pick up his first. Cardinals have extended that lead. It's now 9 at 17-8. Johnny Bryce now has 6 points, leading the Cardinals in scoring. Left side, Linn will miss the layup. Rebounded by the Cardinals. Diaz underneath. He'll kick out to Bryce. We got an offensive foul. Linn underneath. That's Dudenhofer. Will pick up the offensive foul on Connor Diaz. That'll be his second foul. He'll have a seat with 2. Wyatt Harris will check out. Gage Harris in for the Cardinals, as is Daniel Light. A couple of fresh legs on the floor for the Cardinals. They've got a 9-point lead. Left side is Linn. They'll get into the paint on the shot. Too strong, but on the foul, that one's too strong. And Gage Harris there ties it up with Linn. And it will stay Wildcats basketball. Wildcats will have it underneath their basket. That's Dudenhofer on the inbounds. Shots up, and it's blocked. They're going to get the foul on Gage Harris on the body. And that'll send the Wildcats to the line shooting 2. Zach Dotson to the foul line shooting 2 for Linn. First free throw is short. Cardinals now picking up their 15th foul. That's Harris, Gage Harris, picking up his first. So Cardinals in a bit of foul trouble here in the first quarter. Second free throw is good. Lead cut to 8, 17-9. Cardinals with the ball, 1:45 left here in the first. Mabe underneath finds Mullen on the up and under. Mullen, he'll draw the foul. That foul on Seth Wolf, that'll be his first. Check that, that'll be his second personal foul. And the second team foul on Linn. Mullen at the line, and grabbing the first one in.
Number 2, Justin.
18-9 is our score. Cardinals up by 9, and Mullen at the line with the second free throw. That one's going to be short. Rebounded by Linn. Linn with the ball, crossing the timeline. They'll find an open shooter right side. He'll pull it back out to the wing. Couple of dribbles left side now into the corner on the pump fake. Mid-range, shots up. It's too strong. Carson Mullen there on the defensive rebound. Into the hands of Johnny Bryce. Bryce around his defender. Finds Mabe, left side. Mabe, he'll go baseline. Draws 2 defenders. Went up with it, no call. He'll keep it underneath the basket. They're going to get a jump ball. It'll be a jump ball. Cardinals will keep it on the possession arrow. And Johnny Bryce will inbounds. Out to Landon Mabe. Top of the key, looking inside. Wide open is Mullen. He'll put it up on a strong move. Off the mark, rebounded by Linn. Linn with the basketball. Noah Hall with the ball, and Daniel Light on point. He'll go right side. Linn looking underneath on the curb. They'll pick up their dribble, and Landon Mabe picks up the steal. Cardinals down a 2-on-2 break. Left side, Mullen. He'll spin back around. Back to Bryce. They'll find a wide open Landon Mabe. Mabe cashes it in for 3. 21-9. Have extended that lead. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Right side. That one's challenged by Mullen. Rebounded by Mabe. Cardinals get a chance here to put some more points on. Over to Daniel Light. Light kick back to Mabe. Over to Bryce. Cardinals going to run One shot here, down to 15, left side. Johnny Bryce. He'll kick it back out now. Daniel Light with the ball, down to 10. Right side is made, down to 5. Back to Light, over to Bryce. Bryce looking in. Head out of bounds. Cardinals will turn it over, but Linn with the ball with just 0.3 seconds left. He'll get it in. After one, Cardinals have a lead. It's 21-9. Cardinals on top of Linn in the first game. Cats, the 4 seed in District 9. Wildcats with the ball to start the second quarter. Cardinals closed out that first quarter with Landon Babe. He was strong. He's got 7 points now to lead the way for the Cardinals. Into the paint, Linn. They'll kick out. Daniel Light and Gage Harris still on the floor to start the second quarter. That shot for 3 off the mark, rebounded by Mullen. Mullen up the floor, finds Babe. Babe wide open is Harris. Harris strong to the rack. He'll draw the foul. And Gage Harris will head to the line, shooting 2 for the Cardinals. Harris at the line, shooting 2 for the Cardinals. First free throw is too strong. Linn will pick up their 3rd team foul here in the first half. Cardinals with 5. Second free throw for Harris. That one's off the mark, but there's Bryce. On the rebound, put back. It's now 23-9. Nobody boxed out. Johnny Bryce, and Bryce with the offensive board and the score. We're 7:19 left here before halftime. Linn with the basketball. Underneath. They'll put it up. That one's no good. Daniel Light got a hand on the shot. Knocked it loose into the hands of Landon Mabe. Mabe now. He'll go left side over to Harris. Harris will have it tied up. Dribbled into 2 defenders and had it tied up. But it will stay Cardinals basketball on the possession arrow. They'll have it underneath their basket. Johnny Bryce on the inbounds, looking for help. He'll kick out. Daniel Light into the corner. Back out to a wide open Mabe. Mabe on the dribble. Penetration into the paint. Will score. Cardinals pulling away here in the first half. 25-9 is our score. A lot of time left. Open 3, right side. That one's short. Linn on the offensive rebound. They'll get another opportunity. That 3's up, in and out, no good. And that one is knocked out of bounds off Linn. Cardinals will have the ball. 25-9, that's our score. 6:37 left here before halftime. Daniel Light in for Connor Diaz, who has 2 fouls. Harris back over to Bryce. Cardinals in that weave, left side. Back to Harris. Harris will penetrate on a strong move. He attacks the glass, puts it up and in. It's now an 18-point lead. Cardinals on top of the Wildcats. Into the paint. Linn will draw the foul. That's on Daniel Light. Light will pick up the foul. That'll be his first. Cardinals with their 16th foul. And Linn to the line, shooting 2. Noah Hall at the line. First free throw is good. Connor Diaz checks in, and Wyatt Harris in for the Cardinals.
Number 15, Wyatt Harris, and number 22, Connor Diaz.
And Hall at the line, he'll shoot a second. Free throws up and good. Linn stops the run there by the Cardinals. It's now 27-11. 6 minutes left here before halftime. Mabe over the Light on the curl, finds Diaz. Diaz back to Light into the paint. Underneath, finds Harris. Harris up and under, up off the glass is good. Sophomore Gage Harris scores again. It's now 29-11 inside of 6 minutes of play here before half. And Linn now extending the offense. Cardinals forcing that extension. They are in their face. Open 3. That was deep, about 4 steps out. Nothing but net for Hall and Linn. Big time 3 there for Linn. 29-14. Cardinals lead. Harris into the paint on the fadeaway. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Linn. Linn out in front in transition. They can put it up left side, and it's good. Linn back-to-back buckets. Cut that lead to 13. Mabe on the mid-range. Knocks it in. Rebounded by. Into the hands. Linn now with the basketball at the volleyball line. Looking for that open three. They'll dribble drive to the basket, up off the glass, and it's good. Noah Hall isolated Daniel Light and got the bucket. It's now 31-18. Hall now with 7. And Harris to the lane draws the foul. He went with the left hand this time, drawing the foul, and he'll head to the line shooting 2 for the Cardinals. And foul on Linn. And Harris at the line, shooting 2. First free throw up and in. That foul on Zach Dotson. That's his first. Wildcats with 4 team fouls. Cardinals substitute in Johnny Bryce and Carson Mullen back on the floor for the Cardinals. Harris at the line shooting his second free throw. A little too strong. In and out, no good. Picked up by Linn. Linn on the rebound. 4:30 left. 32-18. Cardinals leading. Linn has found some success here. Deep 3 at the volleyball line. That one's too strong. On the offensive board, Linn will put it up and in. Seth Wolf with the bucket. Cuts the lead to 12. Open 3. Johnny Bryce. That one's long. It'll head out of bounds. It'll be Linn's basketball. Landon Mabe will check in for Gage Harris. And then we'll have it. 4 minutes left here before halftime. Linn has cut into that 19-point lead that the Cardinals once had. That one's stolen away. Landon Mabe on the steal. He'll put it up right side, up and in. Cardinals get the steal. And Mabe goes coast to coast for the bucket. 34-20. Left side. Into the corner. Thought about the 3. They'll kick out. Through the hands of Johnny Bryce. Had that steal. And then we'll keep it. Right side. Underneath. On the shot. Off the mark. Loose ball. On the floor. Tracked down by Linn. He'll put it up off the glass and in. Dudenhofer for 2 underneath. It's now 34-22. It's a 12-point lead. Cardinals with the ball. Bryce on the weave. Finding Harris. Harris underneath. Wide open is Diaz. Diaz will put it up off the mark. Knocked out of bounds off of Linn. State Cardinals basketball. Diaz underneath. He'll inbound for the Cardinals. Diaz on the baseline. Kicks it out to Bryce. Bryce at the wing. Landon Mabe. Nobody picks him up. He'll pull from 3. That one's short. No good. And Linn now can cut it to 10 or single digits with a 3. Right side. Looking to go cross court. Good ball movement there for Linn. Into the paint. On the shot. Up and in. Linn attacking the rim. Will score. They cut it to a 10-point lead for the Cardinals. It's 34-24. Timeout on the floor. Cardinals. After the timeout, Cardinals with the basketball. They'll have it right side. Landon Mabe. He'll kick out through the hands of Diaz. And Linn putting the pressure on the Cardinals. Get the turnover. It'll be Linn's basketball. Linn has cut that lead to 10. At one point, the Cardinals had a 19-point lead here in the second quarter. Wildcats now with the ball inside of 2.5. And then Linn's going to turn it over. Unforced error there on Linn. Had a chance to cut it to single digits. Cardinals will get the ball back. Landon Mabe now with the basketball across the timeline. He'll find Johnny Bryce. Bryce on the high screen. Harris over to Mabe. Mabe back to Harris. He'll put it up off the glass and in. Good work there on the 2-man. And the Cardinals score 36-24. They've got a 12-point lead. 2 minutes left. High screen for Linn. They'll kick out. Thought about the three on the step back. Picked up on the steal. Johnny Bryce. Cardinals on a 3-on-2 break. Bryce will take it himself on the spin around. Up off the glass and in. Bryce goes solo and scores. Down the floor now in transition. Cardinals get back. That looks like an offensive foul. No call. Underneath. One dribble. Up off the glass. Left hand is Wolf. There for Linn to answer. It's 38-26. 1:28 left before halftime. Mabe up and under. The score. Got the bucket by their senior leader, Landon Mabe. Linn with the ball right side. Looking to go in. On the dribble, left side. And they're going to throw it out of bounds. Another unforced error on Linn. Cardinals have extended that lead. It's 14, and they've got the ball with 1:09 left here before halftime. And it Mabe now with the basketball. He'll find Bryce. Bryce on the screen. Good no-look pass is Harris, and Harris is fouled. Got the high screen and roll. That is textbook basketball for the Cardinals. And Harris is fouled. He'll head to the line and shoot two for the Cardinals. Linn picks up their 15th foul. Harris at the line shooting two. First free throw. Up and in. Cardinals now with 6 points in the first half. Cardinals being led by Landon Mabe. He's got 15. Johnny Bryce has 10. Wyatt Harris with 6. Barcelona with 3. And Diaz with 2. Make that 7 for Wyatt Harris. Harris knocks down both free throws. Inside of a minute to play here. Linn with the basketball, looking to go right side. They'll kick out. Last couple possessions down the floor for Linn. Couple of unforced turnovers. They're going to run some clock now. Left side, Linn. Open three, up and in. Did not waste any time on the offensive end. They'll score. Lead is 13, 42-29. 30 seconds left. Bryce on the high screen. Made. Underneath. Mullen. What a pass. What a catch and what a shot. Cardinals. That was Harris. To Carson Mullen underneath for the bucket. Lead is 15. 13 seconds left. Underneath. That shot's up. No good. They're going to get a foul. From behind. They're going to get Carson Mullen on the foul and the shot. And Linn will head to the line. They're going to shoot two. Is Mullen's first foul of the first half. Cardinals now with 7. And Linn heads to the line. They're going to shoot two. Austin Dudenhofer at the line. First free throw up and in. 9.3 seconds left before half. Second free throw is good. Cardinals now with a chance. Put some points on the board. Clock down to 5. It's 44-31. Left side, wide open is Mabe. He'll attack on the pass underneath. Harris puts it up and in. And before the buzzer, the Cardinals get the bucket by Harris. And they'll take a 15-point lead to halftime with a score 46-31. Cardinals on top of the Wildcats. We're going to take about a 10-minute break here. Be back for second half. And we're back for second half action of Cardinals basketball here at Dixon High School. Cardinals up at the half, 46-31 over Linn Wildcats in the semifinal round of Class 3 District 9 tournament. Cardinals trying to punch their ticket to the finals, which will be on Friday night at 5:30 p.m. This is the first semifinal game here tonight at Dixon High School. Linn with the basketball to start the second half. They'll go left side, open three. That one's way off the mark, and it'll head out of bounds. Cardinals will get the ball. Cardinals led by as many as 19. Linn did a good job there to cut that lead to 15. Before halftime, Cardinals now with the ball, facing a 3-2 zone on the alley-oop underneath, tipped by Linn. And they'll pick up the steal in transition. 3-on-2, right side. On the right-hand floater, too strong. Wyatt Harris there. Will have the ball stolen away. Had himself underneath the basket. And Linn got the steal and the bucket. Linn will pick up the first 2 points here in the second half. Cardinals will throw it away. That was intended for Landon May. Picked up by Linn. Linn with the ball. Inside, looking for help. They'll kick out. Going right. Keyholes with the ball. Once again on the right-hand floater. This time, we'll get it to go. Back-to-back buckets for Linn. Lead cut to 11. And the Cardinals called the timeout. After the timeout, it's Cardinals basketball. Cardinals giving up 4 points to start the second half. Lead is now cut to 11. Harris out to Diaz. He'll find Bryce. Bryce in the corner draws 2 defenders. Back to Diaz. Over to Harris. He'll swing it over to Mabe in the corner from 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Linn. Linn with the ball. Left side. Challenged by Harris. Rebounded by Mullen. Up the floor is Diaz. Diaz now. Wisely pulls it back. Kicks it out to Mabe. Mabe over to Bryce. Bryce. It's cut off at the baseline. He'll kick it out to Mabe. Mabe underneath Harris. He'll put it up. And he's fouled. Harris drawing the foul on Linn. Let's see who they get with that. Noah Hall picks up a foul. That'll be his second. First team foul here in the second half. Wyatt Harris at the line. He'll shoot 2. First free throw. Up and in. Harris at the line. He'll shoot a second. Free throws up, and it's good. Wyatt Harris with 2 from the foul line. 48-35 is our score. Cardinals up by 13. 6:06 left to go here in the third. Right side. Cardinals give up that baseline move. Shots up and in for Austin Dudenhofer. Lead is 11. Diaz tried to find Carson Mullen. It's kicked out of bounds off Linn. Cardinals will keep it. Connor Diaz on the inbounds. He'll find Bryce. Bryce with the ball. Over to Mabe. Mabe on the screen from Bryce. He'll kick it back out. Right side now is Diaz. Diaz will go left side. Over to Mabe. Mabe back to Harris. Harris into a wide open Bryce. Bryce from mid-range. Knocks it down. You do not want to leave Johnny Bryce open. He'll make you pay, and he does there. And Linn attacking the basket. That was going to be blocked. But on the foul, Linn will pick it back up. On the backdoor cut, Johnny Bryce gets the steal. Up the floor, Harris. He'll put it up right hand. Draws contact, no call. Made with the rebound. It's tracked down by Harris. Bryce from the free throw line. That one's short. Loose ball, knocked out of bounds. That'll be off Linn. Linn attacking the glass on the offensive end. That is their MO here to start the second half, where they've had some success. Underneath, Harris, he'll have that one blocked. But there's Diaz on the steal. Cardinals on a 4-on-2, and that'll be kicked. Harris had the shot blocked, and Linn with the basketball. Forgot about Connor Diaz, who snuck in from behind to pick up the steal. Cardinals with the ball. Mabe on the pump fake, left elbow. That one's partially blocked. And Linn will have the ball. And they're going to get the foul. Going to be on little extracurricular activities there after the call. They're going to get the foul on Harris. Harris got his hands wrapped up with Linn, and Linn didn't like it. They're going to warn both players. Cooler heads prevail, and it's going to be Linn's basketball. Cardinals up by 13, 50-37. Cardinals in the full court press. They'll break the press. 2-on-1. Left hand. Shots up and in. Lead is 11. Left side, Mabe. Mabe back to Bryce. Bryce over to Diaz. Diaz pulls it back out. Mabe finds a Harris. Harris wide open. He'll cross court it over to Bryce. On the baseline move, that was knocked from behind. They're going to get the foul. On the body, I believe that's Seth Wolf. Wolf will pick up the foul. That'll be his third. Gage Harris in for Wyatt Harris. Bryce underneath on the inbounds. He'll find Mullen. Mullen will kick out back to Bryce. Wide open Bryce. That one's no good. There's Harris on the tip, but into the hands of Dudenhofer. Well, that was Wolf. Left side is Linn. Underneath. Spin turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded by Harris. Harris will find Diaz in transition. 3-on-3 break. Left side open three. Mabe. Off the mark. No good. He'll follow his own shot and pick it up in the backcourt. Cardinals will reset on the offensive end. 3:40 left. They're up by 11. Bryce, mid-range, pull away. Fadeaway jumper. Nothing but net. That's a tough shot to defend. Bryce is very good at it. Bryce now with 14 points here in the contest. Left side. Now right elbow. They'll find an open shooter in the corner. 3-pointers up and in. Noah Hall knocks down the three. He's got 15. Top of the key. Diaz over to Bryce. Bryce again. Kicks it out. Diaz finds Mullen. Mullen attacks the glass. Knocks it home. It's now 54-42. Cardinals up by 12. Closest we've seen it is 10 in quite some time. The lead is now 12. 2:47 left. Diaz knocks that ball out of bounds. It will stay Linn basketball. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Linn with the timeout. Cardinals leading by 12. 54-42. Back. Linn on the far sideline. They'll get it in. Guarded by Johnny Bryce. He's on the ball. That's Keyholes with the basketball. He'll get the screen from Hall. On the wing. He'll kick out. Left side. On the dribble. They'll go right side now to the volleyball line. Move left. A couple of dribbles. Hang on to it. On the kick out right side. Thought about the move. They'll get it into the paint. Guarded by Mullen. On the shot. That one's blocked. Mullen on the block. He'll tip it into the hands of Bryce up the floor. Mabe with the ball. He'll kick back out. Bryce finds a wide open Diaz. Diaz in and out, but there's Mabe on the follow. He'll have it stripped loose. Picked up by Linn. There's Diaz. Sneaks in to knock that ball loose and out of bounds. Diaz slowing down the pace of Linn. It'll be Linn's basketball. Lead is still 12. We're 2 minutes left here in the third. And we got an offensive foul. We're going to pick up an offensive foul on Linn. That one credited to Noah Hall. That'll be his third. That's the third team foul now on Linn. Cardinals will have it. Landon Mabe now. Crossing the timeline. He'll go right side. Johnny Bryce. Linn in that 3-2 zone. And we got another foul. Well, they're going to get an offensive foul. Back-to-back offensive fouls, this time on Johnny Bryce. Noah Hall there, in on the contact. They're going to get Bryce on the offensive foul, on the reach around. And so Linn down with the basketball. Back to where we were. On the spin around. Shots up and in. Linn good in isolation on the defender. They'll score it at the rim. It's now 54-44. Cardinals getting more than they want here from the Linn Wildcats team. In a 1-4 matchup. Diaz over to Bryce. Bryce draws two defenders. He'll kick out. Mabe about 3 steps behind the three-point line. That one's no good. Rebounded by Linn. Linn with the ball. And there's Diaz on the deflection. Linn will come away with it, though. Open three in the corner. Faked it. One dribble, shot short, and it almost rolls in. But on the rebound is Johnny Bryce. Into the hands of Connor Diaz. Diaz back to Bryce. Very fast-paced tempo here. Under a minute left to play in the third quarter. Bryce, right side. He'll go baseline on the mid-range. Diaz on the follow. He'll find Mullen, and Diaz is fouled. Linn commits the foul. That one's on Hostetler. That'll be his first. Mabe on the inbounds. Will receive the pass on the three. In and out and in. Mabe gets the friendly roll from three. Big time three. 30 seconds left. He'll kick out right side on the dribble penetration. Once again on the dribble penetration. This time right side. That one's blocked. Mullen there again on the rejection. He'll follow and get another rejection. But on the final, Linn will pick up the loose ball. But there's Gage Harris. Tracks it down up the floor. Mabe. 5 seconds left. He'll put it up. And in. Cardinals score 5 quick buckets. And will take a 15-point lead into the fourth quarter with a score of 59-44. Cardinals on top of the Wildcats. We'll be back after this. They're going to have the basketball to start the fourth. Landon Mabe now with 20 after that three-pointer and the bucket underneath. Left side, Mabe on the alley-oop is Bryce. He'll put it up and in. Cardinals get the alley-oop. And the basket is now 61-44. Cardinals have extended. Linn now with the ball. They'll try and eat some clock. Underneath. And I believe they're going to get Connor Diaz on the foul. Linn found a seam to the basket and drew the foul. That's on Connor Diaz. That's his third. And Linn at the line. First free throw's up and in. Noah Hall now with 16 points in the contest. Second free throw is good. Make it 17. Cardinals up 61-46. Gage Harris underneath is Bryce. Bryce puts it up and in. 63-46. Bryce now with 18. Good look there from Harris. 7:16 left. Linn wants to catch up. They're going to have to defend. Cardinals on their offensive end. Baseline move. That one's into the hands of Harris. You'll find Diaz. Diaz over to Mullen. Mullen back to Mabe. Mabe goes baseline. Right-hand floater short on the follow. It'll be knocked into the hands of Harris. Harris will put it up. That one's short. Rebounded by Mabe. Mabe will score. Mabe gets the offensive board and scores. Lead back to 19. It ties the largest lead for the Cardinals on the backdoor cut. They'll get themselves in underneath. And there's Bryce. He'll send it into the hands of Mabe. Mabe attacks. Right-hand floater up and in. And our lead is 21. 67-46. Timeout on the floor. Cardinals lead by 21 for the Linn Wildcats. And we're back. Linn with the basketball after the timeout. They're going to turn it over. Connor Diaz, too much for Linn on the defensive end. Draws the turnover on Linn, and the Cardinals will get the ball back. 6:23 left. Their lead is now 23. Wide open is Mabe. He'll put it up, and they're going to get an offensive foul. Cardinals set up the double screen, and they're going to get, I believe it's Gage Harris on the illegal screen. And Linn will get the ball back. Diaz almost picks up the steal. But it'll stay Linn. Basketball, 67-46, 6:16 left. In the first of two semifinal rounds, or semifinal games in Class 3 District 9 basketball. That one's off the foot of Linn, and that's backcourt. That'll be a violation. Good defense there on Gage Harris. It'll be Cardinals ball. Diaz to inbounds. He'll find a wide open Bryce goes left over to Harris. Harris, one dribble on the fadeaway. Jump shot from the elbow. Picked up by Linn. Inside of 6 minutes to play. Linn with the basketball. With the high screen on the attack. Inside, they'll kick out. Open three. Too long. Rebounded by Harris. Harris on the bounce. Pass. Finds Mabe. Mabe over to Diaz. Diaz over to Bryce. Back to Diaz for three. And Diaz with the friendly roll. Knocks in the three. It's now 70-46. 5:26 left in this one. Cardinals marching forward. Looking to punch their ticket to the finals here in the district tournament. Underneath, it was challenged by Mullen. On the follow, Linn will get the offensive board into the corner. On the dribble, they'll kick back out. Cardinals trying to three-peat in district play. High screen is Linn. And there is Mabe. Mabe will steal the ball. He'll draw a defender up off the glass, and he is fouled. Landon Mabe picked up the steal and took it to the basket, drawing the foul on Linn. He'll have a shot to extend that lead to 28 at the foul line, shooting two. First free throw is good. Landon Mabe now with 25 points. Landon Mabe at the line. He'll shoot a second free throw. Free throws up and in. Kyle Colleen will check in for Connor Diaz with his first action for the Cardinals. 72-46 after the two free throws by Landon Mabe, who's got 26 on the night. Landon Mabe carrying his team to a district final. 4:35 left. Left side, Mabe once again from the pass from Harris, and Mabe will score. Mabe now with a quiet 28 on the night. Shots underneath. We're going to get, I believe that's Gage Harris. He'll be calling for the foul. It'll be a shooting foul. And Zach Dotson will head to the line, shooting two for Linn. It'll be Harris's third personal foul. Cardinals now with 5 team fouls. And Dotson knocks down the first. He'll get a second. And it's good. Cardinals now with the ball. About 4 minutes left to play. 74-48. Landon Mabe. Nobody picks him up. He'll pull in the mid-range. It's short. Rebounded by Linn. Linn left side. That one's blocked. Johnny Bryce knocks it up off the glass. He'll pull down the rebound. Bryce puts it up and in. Got the friendly roll. Lead is now 28. Another bucket, and we'll have a running clock here to finish. But Linn will have something to say about it. We'll get the basket in underneath. It's now 76-50. Johnny Bryce with the ball at the volleyball line. Draws the defender. Linn now in a man-to-man. They're running out of time. 3:27 left. They need some stops. Bryce underneath. Finds a wide open Mabe. On the backdoor cut. He'll score. Landon Mabe now with 30. Johnny Bryce with 20. The two seniors, 2 of their 6. With 50 of the 78 points for the Cardinals up the floor. Mullen finds Kyle Colleen. Colleen draws the foul. And Kyle Colleen will head to the line and he'll shoot 2. Good look there by Carson Mullen. Finding Kyle Colleen, and Colleen at the line shooting 2. First free throw for Colleen, nothing but net. Lead is now 29. Connor Diaz and Daniel Light back on the floor for the Cardinals with 3:02 to go. Second free throw for Colleen is good. The lead is 30, 80-50. This Wildcats team could only cut it as many as 10 at one time, actually a couple of times. It's been all Cardinals ever since. Linn's going to throw it away. Cardinals will get the ball back. 2:43, and we've got a running clock. Cardinals marching forward for a trip back to the district title game here at Dixon High School, looking for their three-peat. Good move there. Harris up off the glass is good. Cardinals get the bucket. It's now 82-50 on the 2 points from Gage Harris. Right side, Linn. They'll attack inside, into the hands, through the hands of Mullen. And Linn will get the open three to go down. 82-53. Left side, Kyle Colleen. Out to Harris. Harris from three. Shots off the mark, left side, picked up by Linn. We're inside at 2 minutes to play. Underneath. Shot's good. Linn, back-to-back buckets. Now cut the lead to 27. 82-55. Lean looking underneath. Mullen, one dribble. Finds a wide open Harris at the hoop. Puts it up and in. Right side. Mullen challenging that shot. We're going to get him with the foul. Mullen will pick up his second personal foul. Cardinals now with 16 fouls. And Zach Dotson at the line, he'll shoot 2. Dotson with 11 points on the night, make it 12. Whitehurst in for Carson Mullen. And Linn will empty the bench. They've got one senior on the floor. That is Zach Dotson. He's at the line. He'll knock down the second free throw. So Zach Dotson in his high school career here tonight. I would imagine a very successful high school career for Zach Dotson. Knocks down both free throws. It's now 84-57. Diaz will pull. Too strong. Rebounded by Linn. 1:13 left. Up off the glass, Linn will score. 84-59 is our score. 1 minute to play. Diaz now will find Harris. Harris up off the glass is good. Got himself in back door and will score. 86-59. Knocks down to 45 seconds left. Kyle Colleen on the steal. You'll find Daniel Light. Light over to Gage Harris. Harris cut off on the baseline and he's pushed. Knocked to the deck. That'll be the 7th team foul. And Harris will head to the line. He'll shoot 1 and 1. All right, Harris will check out. Cale Cottrell in for the Cardinals with his first action, as is Owen McPeters with 37.6 seconds left. Harris at the line shooting 1 and 1. Free throws up and in. Sophomore Gage Harris now with 10 points. The future's bright for the Cardinals. They've got 6 seniors on this 22-3, soon to be 23-3, soon to be 24-3 Cardinal squad.
That is in, Burns the win! Have room to run. Also district champion. Toronto, Henry are both there. Henry is